And I want to add one point as well about the president's, the way he's gone about this in terms of the compromise, just to point out the fact that his compromise is the very heart of this problem with a trust me style of government. Because in fact, what has been marketed to us as a compromise was no such thing. The same day as the president announced his alleged compromise on this regulation, he actually, the HHS finalized the same regulation that he was saying he was compromising on. So they had this regulation that has a very, very limited exemption for religious organizations that, again, doesn't even cover groups like EWTN, doesn't cover groups like the Missionaries of Charity, things that you would think ought to be under a religious exemption. And at the same time as he's formalizing the regulation on one hand, he's saying, trust me, we'll still work this out. I'm now somewhere down the line within the next year that I'm giving you to decide how to deal with this. We'll fix this. That is not the kind of government that we're supposed to have. Not one that says, trust me, I won't go farther than you want me to, but one that says, I can only go up to this point in the first place. Recall, of course, the president has said, trust me, before. He said at Notre Dame, when he was campaigning for office in the first place, no, I will have robust conscience clause exemptions for everything that I do as president. That obviously hasn't turned out to be true. Then he introduces this compromise that first doesn't even do what he claimed it would do, and second of all relies on basically an accounting trick straight out of the Enron School of Public Accounting, saying, oh well, you're not paying for it. The insurance companies are paying for it. Yes, you're paying their bills, but that's just these picky little details. It's not for the government to decide what qualifies as violating my own conscience. So the fact that the government stands up there and says, "Oh, don't worry, we've sat and thought about it and thought that it didn't violate your conscience." No, this should be something that goes down to the person itself. It sounded almost like he was using the royal we. What we are you talking about? Were you discussing was this a compromise arrived at by long discussions and negotiations with the bishops? No, this is something he came up single-sidedly. So it's hard to even call it a we have compromised.
Well, I think that the president has said, trust me, I won't. And I think that the president has said, trust me, I won't. And I think that the president has said, trust me, I won't. And I think that the president has said, trust me, I won't. And I think that the president has said, trust me, I won't. And I think that the president has said, trust me, I won't. And I think that the president has said, trust me, I won't. And I think that the president has said, trust me, I won't. And I think that the president has said, trust me, I won't. And I think that the president has said, trust me, I won't. And I think that the president has said, trust me, I won't. And I think that the president has said, trust me, I won't. And I think that the president has said, trust me, I won't. And I think that the president has said, trust me, I won't. And I think that the president has said, trust me, I won't. And I think that the president has said, trust me, I won't. And I think that the president has said, trust me, I won't. And I think that the president has said, tr